What you say? Say it again.
Say it again. Say it again. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I got the fellas in here with me tonight. Mr. Avery, Channing, Michael. Great.
What's up? What's up, family? What's going on? What's up, Ty?
What's going on, man? You ain't hit no cookouts yesterday, man?
Nah, I was just chilling in Charlotte.
Chilling in Charlotte. Okay, here you go, man.
I put some shrimp and catfish on the grill, but
how you put some catfish on the grill, man?
just
they're making up new recipes or something?
No, I think we're hitting though.
I got you. But hey, tonight, man, I know Chuck will be joining us in a little bit. We might have another special guest later on as well. I don't know. They never confirmed with me. But we got my boy Cortland Griffin from the 3-point conversion in the house. What's going on, bro?
What's up, y'all? Nothing much. Hardest working man in sports joining. Say it again. What's up, y'all?
Hey, you
What's going on?
already know, man. And I got your boy right here, the hardest. Never mind. I ain't, you know what? We on good terms right now. So, you know what I mean? I ain't going to go there right now, Avery. All right. But I do want to say this before we get into this topic, man. And maybe this is just my point of view. I seen on Twitter today somebody was saying that the numbers for the NBA was up. I don't know how. To me, this is probably one of the worst conference finals I've seen. And I don't know, man. I can't remember the last time I've seen something worse. Maybe I'm living in the moment right now, but to me, it was bad. And I guess I'll explain. The reason why it was bad for me, I don't think blowouts is good for basketball. If I take it back to the round before, even that Phoenix and Dallas, that game 7, what was it, 50 points, 40 points? Something like that.
It was close to it. It was. I think it got up to like 60 at one point.
It was bad. I looked. It was like 70 something to like 20 something. Like that's terrible. And then and even with the Miami series, and even though it ended pretty well, game 7 was pretty close. But the games, I want to say game 2, and I want to say was it game 4? I want to say game 2 and game. It was a couple of games where it got smacked up. You had one game where Jason Tatum outscored the whole Miami starting lineup by itself. And then that's just, I don't know. It's a little bit.
Yeah, 19 points. I think that was game 5. And Miami had a total of 19 points when they starting 5. I think Jason Tatum ended that game with like 30 something, like 36, 37, something like that.
Correct. Even though I know that's Avery boy, Jason Tatum. So, talking about the conference finals, how was it for you, Avery?
I can agree. I think people were more excited those last 2 games. That's what they say is probably the best, but it was a lot of blowouts. Jimmy Butler really from game 2, 3, was it 2, 3, 4?
It was 3, 4, 5.
He was hot.
He got hurt in 3, didn't play good in 4, didn't play good in 5.
He was hot garbage, and he came along the last 2. Tatum had some hit and miss games too, so I'm a huge Tatum Brown fan, but he had a lot of hit and miss. So I have to agree with Tyrus and the whole Eastern, the whole conference championship games. I don't think it was that. I think everybody was so enamored about that game 6 and that game 7, what brought people to watch, because when Butler hit that, did he hit 40 the first game? Was that 40?
He hit 40 in the first.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. It was game 1. He had the most until he scored whatever he scored in game 6.
And then when everybody rolled off, I think everybody thought that Boston was going to close it in 6, and Jimmy Butler did a heroic performance, and I knew everybody was going to watch game 7. I mean, I believe that's probably one of the most watched games. I can agree with that, but as the whole of the Eastern Western Conference, I agree with Ty. It was okay.
Yeah, he had 41.
Yeah, in the first game, right? Yeah.
Yeah, game 2 he had 29, then he had 8, 6, 13,
right.
Then he had 47.
They were all blowouts. From 1 to 5 was a blowout, whoever it was.
Except for that game 3, that's the game he played bad, got hurt, and Miami still won because
they were up. They were up 30.
You had like
30
they were up, or something like that.
But they were up 30. They were up 30 before he got hurt. It was a blowout.
It was a big.
That's why they won the game. Yeah, it was a blowout.
Okay.
And they just got to cut it down because Jimmy went out, but Miami hung on. But it was a blowout in that game too. So.
Got you. All right, so Courtland, how you feel about the conference finals?
If we're talking about both sides,
both sides.
It was underwhelming. It was an underwhelming. I honestly, this is great. I think this is the worst conference finals we've had in a long time. I like the bubble. I'll take the bubble conference finals over with no crowd over these conference finals.
Hey, why you made that face?
You tripping, like for real?
Nah, but the bubble
honestly,
was what? Lakers versus.
No, that let me tell you something. That whole playoff was boring.
But here's the thing, though.
We had nothing to do, so we needed some entertainment.
Yeah, but I'm saying, understand what I'm saying. It was more
interesting games. I can't say it was boring.
But what I'm saying is,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no. If we're talking about
the quality, we had to watch it. Right, go ahead.
If we're talking about the quality of games, right? We had more interesting games in those bubble playoff conference finals than we did in this conference finals. Like everything was like you said, every other game it was a blowout on the Western Conference side. Dallas was completely outmatched. I mean, people was calling for the Bruins to come out in game 2.
100%.
When have we ever heard hey, game 2 is over? It's over after game 2. Like that doesn't happen normally. So I think if you're asking on both sides, I think it was very underwhelming conference finals. The Eastern Conference Finals was more interesting than the Western Conference Finals, in my opinion. Dallas was just completely outmatched. I mean, Luka has no help, and I mean, we want to go into all technical stuff, but as just as a fan watching the games, it was boring. It was Golden State running them completely off the court every single game except for Game 5.
Well, let me say one thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me say one thing about Luka. Yeah, you say Luka didn't help, but he sure didn't want to give it the ball. He was jacking that thing. So he
had to. He has to.
He gave it the ball. It was a lot of times where he took tough shots in tight situations where he could have gave it up. I mean,
hear me out, Avery. When Maxi Kleber is giving you 22, 30, 26, 27, and 33 minutes and not giving you anything but single digit scoring.
I wasn't expecting Maxi Kleber to do anything. So you got
first 4 games. Else. Hold on, first 4 games, he shooting 11% from the field. You had no rebounding.
I wasn't expecting. Listen,
Dwight Powell is giving you.
You got to give me
Dwight Powell is giving you nothing.
Give me somebody else better. Because listen,
you know what I'm saying? Jalen Brunson didn't show up.
He's giving you the cast.
Dorian Finney-Smith. Hold on, Dorian Finney-Smith didn't give you nothing.
He gave you.
We talking about the entire Mavs team.
Jalen Brunson did fine.
For 3 games.
No one played 5.
Spencer Dinwiddie finally decided to play like somebody.
But
the last 3 games.
Luka did not want to give the basketball. If you look at the
whole
game,
he can't. He couldn't trust nobody else. He couldn't trust nobody else.
Well, you would trust Jalen Brunson, though.
You with Max Cleavey, bro, whatever his name, and
but he starts though, don't he, Avery?
No, he come off
Maxi
the bench.
Maxi Kleber didn't start.
He comes off the
bench.
No,
Kleber didn't start. Kleber didn't start.
So who was the starting lineup? I know it was Jalen Brunson, Luka.
It was Jalen Brunson,
Dorian Finney-Smith, and who else?
Dorian Finney-Smith, Dwight Powell.
Who was the other one? Luka, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dwight Powell.
Well, he named Dwight Powell.
And who was the other one? It wasn't Matt Cleveland come off the bench. Who was the other one?
Right.
I'm looking at it right now. It's Reggie, my man from
Reggie
North Carolina.
Reggie Bullock went
North Carolina, baby.
Hold on, Reggie Bullock went 0 for 10. Reggie Bullock went 0 for 10 in a game. Like he had no help.
But he had 0. I ain't gonna lie.
The whole point of me saying
listen, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad, but when he came with Matt Cleveland, I was done, bro. Come on.
But hold on. The whole point of me saying all of that is on the Western Conference side, they were getting ran off the court the entire time. I didn't even watch the last 3 games because I was calling for the Bruins game too. So I wasn't even going to watch the rest of the games. On the Eastern Conference side, I had Miami in 6. But I said this. Shout out to Ashley Baker, the Sports After Dark.
Don't shout her out.
Hey, no, that's my girl, man. Shout out to Ashley.
I still ain't seen it. Bro.
Shout out to Ashley and the Sports After Dark crew over there, though. But Mark Gunnels,
hey, look, they be in there deep, bro. I went in there one time.
Yeah, I be in there sometimes. But shout out to them in that space. Before the Eastern Conference Finals, I said Miami in 6. But I told them, I said if Boston get hot and they play like the team we saw in the regular season in the second half of the regular season, I said it's going to be a really long series for Miami, and that's how it turned out. But like I said, like when you get a blowout every other game, And once Boston went, I was like, this is not looking too good because I didn't see
what Herb talking about, man.
He's saying the same thing
Luka
I said.
was James
I
Harden.
know he was doing the
No,
same.
you can't say no because Luka put up big. Now I will say
Okay,
this.
he put up big numbers, but if you look at some of the
hold on, Avery.
I guess y'all just watch the stats. My bad.
No, because
no. I don't watch that.
This is my issue.
My question.
I'm good.
This is my issue. No, Avery, hold on. This is my.
We'll be on this the whole time.
Hold on, no, because this is my issue. This is my issue. This is my issue, right? When guys go and don't put up no shots, like we know James Harden, he had games where he either shot bad. I'm talking Houston. I'm not even gonna go Philly. I'm not gonna go the next last year. I'm talking Houston, right? He had games where he disappeared. He had games where he either didn't shoot the ball or the shot totally bad. Now I give you that, right? Luka didn't have no games like that. He may have been. Oh, game one he didn't play good.
Game one he didn't play too well.
But I know the games I looked at, he played good. Now, was he ball hogging?
Yes.
I'm with Avery on. I'm with Avery on. I'm 50-50 on it because I'm with you. But no, because I'm with you. I don't like his supporting cast.
But here's the thing, though. Hold on. Here's the thing, though. Here's what I look at. Right? Here's what I look at. This was LeBron. Let's just take it for example, right? I ain't even gonna talk about LeBron, right? Let's just take the teams that was in the playoffs this year. If that's Joel Embiid, James Harden, we bashing them. If that's Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, we at their neck.
What's going on?
If that's Chris Paul, we completely hung Chris Paul at the stake, burned him at the stake for him doing what he did, right? But Luka is supposed to be in that era. He's supposed to be the upcoming superstar or in that superstar realm. Trae Young got completely busted. We busted Trae Young with this, and now we take a guy who did not have but one bad game in the conference finals, and his starting cast, the rest of his supporting cast was complete boo-boo. And now we're going to say that the guy was a ball hog. Well, what do you expect him to do? He's a superstar, and that's what we pay guys max contracts and supermax contracts to do.
I got you. What's a good game? He shot 35%, 38%, 47%. He shot over 50% one game, and he was 33% another game. What
was the point totals in that game? What was the point totals in that game?
47% ain't bad.
What I'm talking about. See, I hate stats.
Come on, Avery. What was his point totals?
He was shooting a lot. I knew he was shooting a lot. You're saying he wasn't. He had no choice. No. There was a lot of times he came in that game where he said, forget it, I ain't giving it to nobody, and there were terrible shots. You can flip
if Kobe Bryant did that, hold on. We all Kobe Bryant fans in this. We all love Mamba, right? We all love Kobe in this, and we all love Bean, right? When Bean completely did just melt, like he completely decided not to take a shot against Phoenix and they lost that series, we busted Kobe for that. But when Kobe went out there and whether he shot 38, 40, 42%, 41% and wasn't efficient, but he won you the game, or he went out there and dropped 40 on your head and he wasn't efficient, we didn't bash Kobe for that. So why are we bashing Luka?
Keyword.
Why are we bashing Luka?
Keyword. You won the game. That's the
sometimes Kobe did that and lost the game.
But sometimes Kobe took a lot of bad shots.
Okay, but I got you. I see what you're saying.
Keyword, what you're saying is they won the game. You can't.
What about when Kobe lost the game and did that? What about when Kobe lost the game and did that?
But Avery. But what we saying is this: under no circumstance was he beating Golden State, whether he passed the ball to somebody else.
I didn't say that, but don't say like he didn't have no help when he wasn't giving up the basketball.
He didn't have any help.
He didn't have enough help to beat them.
I mean, I'm not. We really like
games 1 and 2. Games 1 and 2. Hold on. Game 1 and 2. Games 1 and 2. It was shots. Hold on. Games 1 and 2. Go back and look at them games. Games 1 and 2. It was Maxi Kleber, Reggie Bullock, Jalen Brunson with 3-point shots where nobody was in 10 feet of them. I'm talking about gimme shots, warm up 3-point shots, and them guys was clean, side of the backboard, side of the backboard, back of the backboard.
They was up, right?
They were up 20 in game 2.
Come on, guys.
Like you just said, game 2. They were up 20, and then Golden State roared back. They got it down to 14, going into half, and then they did do in the third quarter, and they take it over. So, like you're thinking about like the fourth quarter when it cold. They were up 20. Which one is it? Like Luka shot a lot of bad shots.
Luka has no help. He had no help, and this is the same thing I've been saying for the last 3 years. I've heard other analysts say it for the last 3 years. Luka has no help. He's has no help. He's the one guy.
He's doing exactly what Jordan did in 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. He did exact same thing.
Man,
Phil
he got
Jackson
more help than
finally,
Jordan had, though. I ain't gonna lie.
huh?
He had more
I
help.
get it. I mean,
the early team was terrible.
Jordan had nobody.
He got
Jordan
Pippen
didn't
in
have nobody.
'87. I'm not comparing it. I mean, come on, man. I'm just saying a superstar player that want to be ball dominant and wants to shoot the basketball. What I'm saying, it took another coach to really, and I think Judge Kidd is going to have to sit him down and say, your shots you may not give me any shots, but you got to get everybody involved in the game.
But he did that. Hold on.
All right, so hold on 1 second, y'all. So let me catch Chuck up. So all right, Chuck. So what we talking about? My fault. How you doing?
What up, bro? What's up?
Just man, Jordan ain't had no help in 80, 84,
I didn't
85.
Say.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Is that what Ray Lynn is? Whatever, Ray Lynn. I ain't fooling with you right now, man.
I mean, he had Pippen. He had Horace Grant. He still wasn't passing the ball.
He had him back then. Not yet. He didn't have in 84.
No, I said 84, 85. Jordan wasn't passing the basketball.
All right. So Chuck, my fault. To catch you up, Chuck. We're talking about the conference finals. In the beginning, I said that this is the worst conference finals that I've ever seen or that I can remember. Courtland agreed. Avery said that the bubble conference finals was boring.
No, I said that. I said the bubble was more.
Oh, you said it was boring. Okay, I thought y'all both said it was boring. Okay.
No, I said it was more interesting.
He said he enjoyed it better than the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got you. And that's what we were saying. And then we got on the subject of Luka. So, what's your thought on the conference finals? And then we're gonna move on.
I mean, I thought Miami can do as much as they could do under the circumstances with everybody, banged up. Jimmy playing hurt and trying his best to do what he needed to do.
Woodridge.
But I mean, it turned out to be a good series. I wasn't enjoying it at the beginning of it, but it turned out to actually be a good series to me. With them going 7 games, so I think the Golden State set was kind of expected. I didn't expect that to be too competitive, in my opinion. I thought it was going to do kind of what they do. I just felt like these guys tell you, I feel like if Golden State is 100% healthy, I don't feel like nobody's ever beaten them. I'm pretty much going to always pick them. If they lose, but I'm going to always pick them when they
right.
So that one, and it really wasn't boring to me. I like when Ja played and him and Steph going at each other. That's exciting. So I think the outcome.
No, they were just basing off the conference final, not the playoffs itself. That's what we're talking about. You got Ja in it. We're not basing off of the Memphis here. We're basing off
my fault. Yeah.
No, we're just talking about strictly conference finals. Dallas versus Golden State.
Yeah.
Boston versus Miami.
Well, yeah, I didn't enjoy the Dallas. Dallas, no. I didn't enjoy Dallas Golden State. But I enjoyed, like I said, the Heat, because I remember, I think it was game 3 when I chatted against y'all, and I was like, man, I said, this joint boring. But it picked up game by game by game, and turned out to be a good series. But Golden State was boring, expected, but boring. I think most of us can say we don't feel like Dallas stood a chance anyway. But they were pretty good. I ain't gonna hold that conversation up long. But it was. I enjoyed the Miami Boston. Golden State is what it is.
Refresh my memory. Ray Lynn, was that? I think it was Bron versus. Who was that? What was that when they swept Toronto?
What is he talking about?
2017.
I forgot the 17. When I talk about the boring.
How about to say what
was that? Was that when they swept Toronto? I don't know.
I'm confused.
Oh yeah, 2017. I think that's when he swept Toronto, and then like the Western Conference Finals, like Golden State completely ran through Houston. I think. Yeah, Golden State ran through Houston.
I think Toronto won the title. When Toronto,
Cavs and Golden State walked to the finals. That whole playoffs was boring.
When the Cavs went I think they swept whoever they played in Golden State.
It was like sweeps on both sides. I think both teams went like 17, 16-1, like on the route to the playoffs. So I think Golden State had went undefeated going to the playoffs, and then Cavs went like 16-1 en route to the finals.
No, he's saying we said that this year was the most boringest conference finals. I think he's saying we forgot about the 2017 finals and that how boring that was.
When did Toronto win the title?
That was 9. I think that was 19.
Yeah, that was 19. That was 19. That was the year before. That was the year before the bubble. Yeah, that was 19.
Yeah, bubble was 2020. Yeah, bubble was 2020, and then last year was Milwaukee. So yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, Raylan. The only thing I will say is this: back then, Golden State was just so exciting to watch. The threes. I'm not to say that they're not now. But when you playing another team, I don't know. To me, Dallas and Utah might be the two most boringest playoff teams, man. Like they just, their game's boring to me. That's just my opinion.
And that's why I specifically said I don't think the outcome of a series determines whether it was exciting or not. I don't think just because you automatically say somebody sweeps somebody, it wasn't exciting. Exciting means when Golden State play, you turn that TV on.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you turn the TV.
Oh yeah. Even when LeBron was in Cleveland, he was still watching. Yeah.
Right, you turn that TV on. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's to me. I don't think an outcome determines whether a series is boring to me.
But Chuck, hear me out. It's the content of the games to me. It's the content of the games. When Golden State, even when they was beating up on Houston, and who else did they play in the conference final? Wasn't it like Houston for like 3 or 4 years?
It was Houston, man. One year was
hold on.
1 year was this. 1 year was
it was Dame.
It was Dame. But they never really beat up on Houston.
Oh, Avery, you don't got nothing to say now.
No,
but what I'm saying,
but they never beat up on Houston.
But what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. The content. Yes. Yeah, but I'm saying that's it was the content of the games. Even though you knew Golden State was gonna win, it was like, okay, Houston gonna make it close.
I can't say I knew they were gonna win. I mean, we all felt the same way, especially when Durant got hurt. And I thought that was Houston's best chance other year when Houston, I think they got him to game 6, game 7, something like that.
The year Chris Paul went down.
Right, like that was a good year.
I think that's the same.
I can't say.
Okay.
I thought they was in trouble that year. I thought it was.
I'm still going to go to State, and I give you saying.
And Ray not gonna want to hear this, but in that series, I felt like Chris at a time. Now y'all might say I'm crazy, but if you watch this series, I feel like Chris Paul might have been the best player in the series.
I mean, he was
the way he was playing.
At times,
the way he was playing, until it was a hamstring growing.
It was a hamstring.
I think he had like the Portland series. They were overmatched. Portland was one, but Houston's been competitive. They just couldn't get over the hump. I mean, you know how that goes. So I don't know.
Hey man, what else y'all talking about? Anybody? Ray Lynn ain't on here, man. Quit giving him all this energy, man.
Ray Lynn ain't saying but two things.
The host is giving them energy. We could have been moving.
Yeah, anybody got Ray Lynn on.
I got some energy for you.
Here we go.
It's in your stove. All right, man.
Going on to I got some catfish. I got some catfish and shrimp in the stove right now. So
you got some crab. Okay. Matter of fact, we're gonna stop the show early. I'm gonna come over there. But first of all, hold on, real quick, Chuck. Man, don't ask me what else we talking about when you got the list of what we talking about. Go ahead, man.
No, because y'all was talking about Luka being the ball dominant. That wasn't on the list, sir.
Yes, it was. Review of the conference finals. Yes or no?
No, they didn't try. They didn't try.
Y'all too late. Can we move on, man? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Y'all about to go to the next joint. What was you about to say?
No, I was going to say just I heard y'all briefly talking about that. I think, to me, Luka's main issue is not being ball dominant, is not knowing how to play without the ball. I feel like that's more of a problem. He doesn't know how to play without it. Like being ball dominant, he kind of has to.
That's why
he kind of has to in spurts, but at the same time, he hurts them because, like I tell anybody, it's different when somebody's ball dominant. Because if you look at Dinwiddie and Brunson when he did not play, they were amazing. As soon as he comes back, he has the ball so much. Like we say, they miss shots, but they need the ball in their hands to create and do what they do.
So if that ball dominant, that's ball dominant.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. You're not listening. I said what I'm saying is, because I was hearing him say about his team was playing bad, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is when he comes back and he has the ball, they can't play the same way that they play without when he doesn't.
Now, let me ask you a question. When they killed, what team was that against?
When he don't play, Brunson is giving you, he averaged 30 points in what, about 3-4 games straight?
Right.
But he can't do that. So I was hearing somebody say that his teammates are bums and stuff. They have to. They can't play the same way when he's on. They can't.
Okay, Chuck, I got you. Now let me ask you a question.
The same rhythm or anything like that.
When they play good, who was that against?
What are you talking about? Phoenix?
No. He said
Utah.
that. He said
Utah.
He said Utah. Now y'all done told me that Utah don't play no defense. I
don't think that's you can't.
But y'all done told me Utah don't play no defense.
Avery, stop it.
Don't say Avery. No, a couple weeks ago, y'all told me Utah is terrible on defense. So why does it?
But you can't. But see, you always saying y'all. I picked Utah, so you can't say y'all. I picked Utah to win.
Chuck, you told me
I picked Utah to win.
That Dallas team. No, you told me that Lucas. Now this is what you said. You told me that Lucas had more help than Donovan Mitchell because Donovan Mitchell and them don't play defense. You told me that.
And I picked Utah the series. Am I right or wrong? Why would I pick them?
Because I felt
like Donovan Mitchell. I felt like he was good enough to beat them without Luka. That's why I picked him. I'm not disagreeing with nothing you said, but I still picked them.
We got to move on. We didn't spend too much time talking about Luka, man. We got to go into something.
I've been saying, man, you can't beat up on Utah like that, man.
Nah, man, Utah terrible. But I'm just saying, you talk terrible. They just need to strip the whole team apart, keep Donovan Mitchell, get rid of everybody else. All right, so Jason Tatum, I ain't gonna say this is coming out party because I mean people been known about him, but I feel like he's had a good playoffs. He's had a few games here and there, maybe 1 or 2 games out of probably 15 they played. I don't know how many they played, but however many they played, he's had probably 1, 2, maybe 3 bad games. Is Jason Tatum now a superstar? What you got, Chuck? What's going on, Ryan Jones, my guy? Raw thoughts.
I'm still gonna say no, but it's not. It's more to me. It's not necessarily on the court. To me, when you think of a superstar, like the name jumps at you. Like just my personal opinion. When you think of a superstar, it's like certain names that just jump at you. Tatum don't just jump at me yet. I feel like he's amazing. I feel like he's great. I think him winning this title against Golden State will help that. But in my personal opinion, I feel like when I hear Jason Tatum's name, it don't just jump at me like a Giannis or a KD or a Steph or not yet. That's just me. So I'm gonna say no. I can't disagree with anybody that says yes, but that's just my personal reason for saying no. It just doesn't. It just don't.
It's because he light skinned. That's what it is. That's all it is. You don't want to give my man the joint
might be
light skin.
It might be.
Courtland, what you got?
Man, I say yes. I say he's definitely a superstar at this point in his career. We've seen this man grow. He came in, as rookie season. We saw the flashes here and there, right? He's better than Brandon Ingram. He's better than a lot of the guys that were in that draft class. So when we look at even based on to his contemporaries, he's better. First, I think he was a first team All NBA this year. Leads his team to the conference to the finals this year. He plays like he's bought into the system that Udoka has put in Boston. He's taken the Batman role, whereas Jaylen Brown they've gotten Jaylen Brown to kind of buy into being the second fiddle, which I think is kind of helping his emergence as well. But when you look at his numbers, 27, 8 and 4 on 45% shooting, 35% 3-point field goal percentage this year. Like I said, but plays very well on the defensive end, where a lot of guys were questioning, a lot of teams were questioning his defense, and a lot of analysts questioned his defense early on in his career. And now he's a guy that you can put on smaller forwards. You can put him on wing guys, quicker wing guys. He plays with length and speed. I think he's a superstar. I think he's a legit superstar. I think this is him. We're seeing him just scratch the surface of what he can do. And if this is that, then just imagine where he'll be 2-3 years from now. So I think now you're seeing him as emerging as a superstar.
Got you. For me, this is tough, man, because first of all, I want to say it's somewhat sacrilegious that he had the Kobe armband on. I love Kobe too, but with the Celtics uniform on, that's tough. But I mean, going into it, if you would have asked me before the playoffs, I would have said, heck no. After going toe-to-toe with Durant, which I feel is very impressive, this how he played that series. Even though I don't think Durant was 100% healthy, I do think it was impressive how good he played against Durant, how good he defended Durant at times. I never really seen nobody block Durant's three-pointers. That was impressive to me. For them to beat Giannis, that was also impressive to me. Even with no Middleton, I know it was no Middleton, but I still feel like that was impressive. And I mean, Jimmy, Jimmy's the guy I talk about. I'd have to say right now, maybe I'm being a prisoner of the moment. I would have to say, it hurts me to say this because he went to Duke, he played for Boston. I would say yes. What you got, Avery?
I still think he's inconsistent at times. He have this blow up game and then you can't find him. You have another blow up game, you can't find him. He have 3 stretch and then he have 2 bad games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not ready to point him that yet. But is he coming? He's coming. He's coming. Yes, he's clearly the best player on the team. I think everybody can clearly see that. Yeah, I mean I don't know why you put that comment even up. I think everybody on this panel can clearly see he's the best player on the team. Like, what would you make it? Ray Lynn, the spokesperson of the show? Like, yo, come on. Anyway, I just know, like, superstars to me, regardless, it may be far in between them when they have a bad game. You know what I mean?
Watch your mouth, Avery.
He had the bad game. But at the end of the day, I think he's coming. He's coming. I think he's on the cusp. And I got to see it next year. You know what I mean? I know this could have been the Cinderella year. I always root for him, but I got to see it next year. I need to see more consistency. Let's not have a bad start and then got to crawl your way back in later. And then you went to 2 game 7s. You should have been closing them out early. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So
should have been closing who out early.
Hold on, Todd.
Now the Miami series I'll give you, but not the other series, Milwaukee.
But you said this is a Cinderella. You said this is a Cinderella year when they've been in the conference finals the last 3 seasons.
I've never been to the finals.
He was in the conference finals with LeBron as a rookie.
The finals. They always had LeBron in the way. Like, I know this.
So that's not a Cinderella year. He was running into a meat grinder every year. That's not a Cinderella year. When the guy makes the conference finals.
So you thought Boston this year get into the
people thought they weren't even gonna make the playoffs.
Come on, man, stop that.
It's not a Cinderella year when a guy's in the conference finals for 3 seasons.
Taylor made his rookie year. You didn't think he was that good then. You wouldn't.
Avery, that's not a Cinderella year when a guy makes it to the conference finals. We've seen him in the conference finals this many times.
Was he that good?
This many times.
Was he that good his rookie year?
They were that good to get to. They was that good to take LeBron James to a game 7.
They got hot.
Clearly.
Boston got hot that year, right? They got hot,
man.
Kyrie came
this
back.
Is sacrilegious, man. I'm not even. You making me defend a team I don't even like.
That's fine.
But I think you're missing the point of what he means by Cinderella. There's different. You got to take it into context. What he's saying. What he's saying is when we think about Cinderella, we're thinking about a no-name team who just comes out of nowhere.
Hold on, a 2 seed is a no-name team, guys.
Anybody on this panel?
You're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I'm agreeing with you. When most people say Cinderella, they're thinking about a team that's a no-name team who doesn't do anything. They just come out of nowhere and win. What Avery is saying is he's saying Cinderella to the point of they were going nowhere this season. This particular season. They were going nowhere, and all of a sudden,
they got this. They're on a run.
He's not talking about we would never take away from what they've done in the past 4 years. That's not what he. That's why I said you got to take into context what somebody's saying. Maybe it's the wrong word. Maybe could use a better word.
I don't like the Cinderella word.
What he means by Cinderella is this particular year, nobody thought Boston had a shot.
Nobody.
Nobody picked up. Nobody. So understand what I'm saying. But understand what I'm saying. When you look at what the team has done, then you got Ime Udoka who comes in. He was learning just like they were learning him. He was learning them.
And that's more to his point.
Hold on. And so then they get hot. But we've seen, we could have said this about many teams in the past. Say they're a Cinderella team, but to say they're a Cinderella team with the same talent they've had the last 3 years, and these guys have gotten older. We're trying
to debate to change the narrative. Listen to what he said and what he explained to you. You're trying to put your own twist on what he's saying. What he's saying is this one year. This 1 year. We're not talking about the last 4 years. This 1 year.
I think it's the Cinderella word.
They got a new coach. They couldn't get above 500 for a long time during the season. They couldn't do nothing. All he's saying is this particular year, with the expectations of nobody thinking they're going to do nothing, we feel like he's using the word Cinderella in that context. Nobody's disagreeing with you saying we get that. They've been there. Nobody's disagreeing with that. All he's saying is this particular year, I think all 4 of us can agree. Nobody thought Boston would be.
Nobody.
I think when you say Cinderella team, this is my opinion. When you say Cinderella team, I think about the Cleveland team that was this year that kind of came. I don't think nobody expected them to be in the playoffs with Darius Garland. Oh, they didn't make the playoffs, but they were close.
They didn't make the playoffs, but they were close.
But at one point, they was a 3 seed, right? Correct? If I'm correct, right?
For a while, they was looking like
they was a 3-4 seed.
Nobody on this panel again was that. Come on, like
and if
I
had faith in Boston. If it was Cleveland playing right now, we'd be saying the same thing.
Okay,
no, but I'm saying
you right here going to argue the Cinderella point. Thank you, Chuck. Me, you don't agree on that.
No, I'm not arguing the Cinderella point anymore.
Now you're not
man.
I beat the table for Boston. I have faith in Boston going in.
Scoop, now you're not listening.
Nobody, I'm not listening because
you're not listening.
It's ridiculous. This is blasphemous. Stephen A. Like this is crazy.
Man, let's say for example,
no. What you need to go do?
Hold on a second. You're telling me you can't have one Cinderella year. Nobody thought it'd get to the finals. When you picked your teams, you didn't mention Boston at all. Like, stop it.
But when they started the playoffs, you were Boston.
I ride
So
with
y'all
Tatum
picked
Brown,
18.
but I'm
So
not
y'all picked
crazy.
8 teams for the playoffs. So y'all picked 18 for you picked 8 teams for the playoffs. I ain't counting the playoffs. I ain't counting the play-in, dude. I ain't counting the play-in teams. You picked 8 teams in the playoffs, top 8 teams in the Eastern Conference, and you didn't put Boston there.
You talking about the beginning of the season?
And when
In the
Boston
beginning of the season.
Boston
They put Boston in
Yes.
there. They had Boston.
What did that have to do
No,
with this
no, when
run?
Y'all didn't have Boston
But
anywhere
Thomas,
in
we
there?
switched it up. Thomas, when they
No,
switched it up,
he's saying before the season
beginning of
started.
preseason,
Y'all had Boston in there.
Listen. Preseason, we always like, yeah, Boston good. But what we're saying is when they could not get
When the
above
season
500,
started. I got you. I get what you're saying.
All of us came on this show and was like, bro, I don't know. That's all of us. We was like,
nobody on this panel can honestly say you thought the Boston Celtics were going to make the NBA Finals.
You did. You was Boston.
I said they was gonna make the Eastern Conference Finals. I said because I had them in Brooklyn.
Usually their ceiling.
I had them in Brooklyn. I had them in Brooklyn in the Eastern Conference Finals. I had
And you
Brooklyn
have
winning the
Brooklyn
6. I had Brooklyn winning the 6. But to say that if a team makes it to the Eastern Conference Finals, say that they are a Cinderella team. If you had to make it in the conference finals, it means that they are good enough.
I'm good.
They're either good enough to make it there and beat the team they are across from.
Watch this.
Or they bums.
Gordon's been to the.
You really missing the point because you're trying to stick to your
I can't do this. I'm good. Like if you don't understand,
I don't understand what a Cinderella. I mean, because I get what you're trying to explain, but it's
because we don't care. What we're saying is we don't care about the 3 Eastern Conference Finals. We don't care nothing about that. What we're saying is this year, halfway in this season. I know I'm gonna speak for me. I said I don't think Boston gonna make it. I said they might not make the playoff.
That's exactly what I said. Your lips so much, you might as well pull it up.
So we don't care nothing about what they've achieved or what they've done. We're talking about this year. Nobody thought they was gonna achieve anything. Period.
They're halfway through the year.
That's
all
we're saying.
It's hard for me to believe that.
No, they couldn't get above 500 to what?
They were talking about splitting up Tatum and Brown at the beginning of the year, from the middle of the year. Only time they stopped talking when they went on this run.
Man, they done said that the last 3 seasons, man. Avery, they done said that the last 3 seasons.
If you don't understand it, we good.
The last 3 seasons, they was never in this situation.
All right, let's move on, y'all. Let's move on because we ain't talked about
the expectation was not this high.
All right, Avery. All right.
They was never this bad. Like, no.
Okay, I got it. So let's move on to the NBA Finals. We've done a lot of talking, but we ain't got to the. Y'all been on the macaroni, cheese, the potatoes, and Avery been on the rice, but we ain't got to the main dish yet, man. So the main dish is the NBA Finals. We to this point now. NBA Finals, man. All right, is anybody giving Boston? We're gonna start with that question first. Anybody giving Boston a legit chance against Golden State? What you got, Courtland?
I am. I think if them boys play the brand of defense that we've seen them play, if they can stay hot, if they can hit their shots, if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown can hit their shots, and they get guys like Derek White, you get the defense on the back end from Robert Williams. If you can get Grant, I can't think of his name. Is it Grant Robinson?
Grant Williams.
Grant Williams.
If you can get him, North Carolina.
Right. If you can get him to hit the shots that he's there to hit, and play the brand of defense and rebound the ball, I think they have a fight. They have a puncher's chance. I don't see a world where you can really say that Golden State is that much better than them. Like they're just so head over heels above better than Boston. Because of what these guys have shown. Boston has shown they beat a super team. They beat the Giannis team that everyone said would be could repeat as champions this year. They beat the Brooklyn team that everyone thought was going to make it to the finals this year. And then they go in and they beat Miami, who a lot of people had as favorites to make the finals this year. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like when they've gone through the crucible that they've gone through in the Eastern Conference, I don't think you can honestly say that Golden State is just going to run through them. So yeah, I give them a fighting chance to make it to win the finals.
What was the crucifix? Like, tell me what was the crucifix? Like,
so Brooklyn wasn't one of the better. So Brooklyn ain't one of the better teams in the NBA. Giannis and the Bucks ain't one of the better teams in the NBA.
They had injuries on their team.
Come on, Avery. Y'all
had the same Avery for Golden State.
Come on, Avery, man. Don't be disingenuous on live, man. Don't be disingenuous on live.
These are facts. These are facts. They're saying the same thing.
Don't be disingenuous on live.
I just said about
they're saying the same exact thing.
I don't know. I will say this. A lot of people had Golden State. A lot of people had Milwaukee beating Boston in spite of Chris Middleton's injury.
No one gave them a chance against Brooklyn. No one gave them a chance against Milwaukee. Come on now. Let's be real.
didn't give them a chance against Brooklyn.
Let's be real. Let's be honest.
I'm a fan. I picked them.
You just sit here and said that you didn't have Boston winning anything.
What I'm saying is, don't say the road was tough.
And Courtland good at changing the narrative.
So hold on, wait a minute. Ray, do we not just sit here and have a 10-minute argument about how Boston wasn't going to do anything? Boston is a Cinderella team, but the road wasn't tough though. Ain't a Cinderella team? Don't Cinderella teams generally have a tough road? Ain't they normally the underdogs?
Was it?
Wrong again.
Everybody just complained for the last 2 days.
I'm just saying stick to your points. I'm just saying stick to your
points. No, our points was regular season when they were terrible. That's when we said.
Yeah, we talking about the playoffs. Hold on, Chuck. Hold on. But you can't say they Cinderella when they get you can't say they Cinderella and when they was in the playoffs, everybody was picking them. Now that's kind of backwards now.
I picked them because I like Tatum and Brown. But it was a healthy Brooklyn team. I think Brooklyn would have beat them. It was a healthy Milwaukee team. The way they were playing, I don't see them being the 2 seed with all the injuries. I just don't see.
Only person that was hurt on Brooklyn was.
Do you see Brooklyn? If Kyrie was there all year, right? If they didn't have that blow up with James Harden, Kyrie, would Brooklyn be the 7th seed?
I don't know. They was trending that way already.
James Harden was there.
I'm done. I can't do this. This is absolutely absurd. Anyway, this is absurd. No. Golden State's gonna win in 6. They have not faced a team like this all year. Period. So I'm good. Golden State. I still love Tatum Brown. They're young. I think they'll still get back.
So I thought you. Hold on. So first I thought you was picking them because you've been picking them. Now you picking Golden State.
I like. What do you mean? Like come on, man. Like this is. You don't try to switch it.
No, I'm asking a question because you just said you've been picking them all this time.
I just said I can't pick Golden State. I've been picking Golden State too. What do you mean? They clashed up. Both of the teams.
Okay, so let me ask you a different question. Let me ask you a different question.
Go ahead, man.
How much catfish and shrimp do you got left?
This is crazy, bro. Both of the teams I said will get to the finals are here,
so
right?
You're not gonna answer my question?
No, that's just stupid. Like, yo,
how much you said both of the teams that you have. Hold on, Tyree. This is the issue I'm having. So both of the teams that will make the finals are there. But then you just said they're a Cinderella team. So which one is it? You had them picking. You want to be honest.
Listen, I thought they'll be bouncing because I know how Boston do. I thought they'd be bouncing a little bit earlier, but I had to ride with my team. I wasn't Kendrick Perkins where he flipped it 16 times, talking about the Sixers, Miami, Boston, the Sixers, Miami. No, I'm not there. I'm gonna stick with. I'm a ride or die. But my confidence wasn't super high. But they're there. Like, come on, like they're there.
Hey, look, I don't know what's up with my guy today, man.
I give you that. I do want to finish in the tie. I give you that. But if I have to pick, right? I can't just go in the tie. I gotta pick. But you good at switching. You good at switching the narrative.
I ain't switching narratives. I'm just trying to get y'all to stick to the points. I'm just trying to get you to stick to your gun because you just said they're a Cinderella team, but you picked them. Which one is it?
I can't ride with Cinderella. When they do the NCAA tournament, people ride with Cinderellas, correct? They ride.
No.
Don't nobody ride with no 16 seed, man.
Who riding with Seton Hall? Who riding with Seton Hall in the NCAA champion? NCAA. Who riding with St. Mary's?
I said people ride, but don't mean they don't lose. But you ride with
fans and students of the school.
I'm through.
So people pick 16 seeds. When I think Cinderella, I think 16. 15.
Hey, here we go. There's been plenty of times we went to the NCAA. There's been plenty of times we went to the tournament and some of us be like, I feel like such and such could upset this one seed. Like we've done it a lot. We've done that a lot.
You could. I feel like
you picked the 16 to upset a one. I'm asking. You picked the 16 to upset a one, Chuck.
We've done that plenty of times. Like I just feel like we felt like there was number one teams who was suspect. We was like, man, this team
when was this?
Yeah, I have before.
I asked when was this?
I mean, it's been, I can't, bro. I'm just supposed to automatically.
Bro, we don't have the show for 2 years. You made like you and Chuck had dialogue.
It's only 2 tournaments.
I'm through, man.
He said many times.
I guess they picked the Tar Heels to lose this year, too. Y'all picked the Tar Heels to lose this year.
Come on, man. Yeah, look,
I did.
Come on, man.
I did. Now, since you want to bring that up, I did. I didn't. I said the Tar Heels won't make it past the second round. Now, I said that, and I was wrong. Hey, it is what it is.
We know you was wrong. But
y'all know that's
besides the point. Chuck, do Boston got a chance?
Yeah, they absolutely have a chance. Yeah, ain't no Ain't no
I'm not gonna count them out. I mean,
yeah, they got a chance. Absolutely.
No, you ain't telling me how much catfish and shrimp you had left, man. Don't talk to me.
That's cool. I'm fine with it.
You,
I wasn't
be quiet for the rest of the show, man.
But yeah, they have too much firepower, and to me, I'm from a competitive standpoint, I'm glad they won. I want Golden State to win, but I'm glad they won because it's gonna be more competitive.
They would beat
the brakes off Miami.
Like that.
They'll beat the brakes off Miami.
They'll beat the brakes off Miami.
They'll beat the brakes off Miami. It's a better finals. They match up with them better than anybody else, I think, does from top to bottom. So they absolutely have a chance. Absolutely.
So the one thing that interests me is this: the only team we've really seen give Golden State any competition, in my opinion, was the Memphis series. And I feel like the one thing that Memphis and Boston has in common, and I do not want Boston to win, don't get me wrong. The one thing I feel like Memphis and Boston has in common is defense. Memphis plays pretty good defense. They're kind of scrappy. I feel like Boston is very similar, especially the Memphis without Ja Morant. I feel like the defense is a little better when he's out. But
Boston, go ahead.
So I feel like I think it'll go 6. I got Golden State, but I do think it will go 6. Ultimately, I feel like Boston doesn't have a consistent third person. I think that's what's going to hurt them. They need a consistent third person. I don't, no disrespect to Marcus Smart, but offensively, to me, he can't be that person consistently on offense. And Al Horford he's a little long in the tooth. But I think ultimately that's what it'll come down to. You got 4 people on Golden State that can give you 25, if you want to say Wiggins can do that. So I think that's just too much for Boston, that they have 2 people that can give you 25, 30. So that's what I got. What you about to say, Avery?
Big issue with Boston. They're good for turning over the basketball. So if they turn over the basketball, this ain't Miami. You know what I mean? If they turn it over, it's going to get ugly quick. So they really got to understand they got to be precise with their passes. Don't make dumb mistakes, because if you get 15, 20 turnovers to Golden State Warriors, I'm going to say that's equivalent to about 30, 40 points easy. You know what I'm saying? So if they handle the basketball, that's my scare about Boston, the turnovers. I think defensively they're fine. You're right, Ty. They may need a more consistent third scorer. I think Marcus Smart is going to give you 20, a couple of games. But their issue is that the reason why a lot of them games were tight with that Miami game, because they kept turning the basketball. If they don't turn the basketball over, it'd be more.
And then if you want to consider this a turnover, your boy shot like the last 5 shots. He shot like the last 5 shots. And I don't know why they kept letting him shoot. He shot 3
of them.
He shot 3 of them from the same spot.
They double Tatum and dared him to shoot. They did the right thing.
But now I will say this: when he did the layup, they didn't double Tatum. Tatum.
I remember that.
Tatum and Strus 1-on-1. Yeah. I guess he kind of got stuck and gave it to Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart got the ball. He thought about it. He like, I just missed 3 or 4 in a row. Let me go to the rack. And then he went to the rack, and you might say it was a questionable if he got fouled or not. They wasn't really calling no fouls down that stretch. I ain't gonna lie.
But you know what, Ty? I think we're discounting Ime Udoka's X's and O's in this series, because everybody kind of was like, oh, I don't think they can beat Giannis and Chris Middleton and all these guys, even though Chris Middleton went down. Ime Udoka made the right adjustments in those series against Brooklyn. I know you said like, oh, I never thought I'd see a guy play, be able to, block KD's threes or whatever, but it was a lot of times KD was going to the basket and they was holding them pretty well, at the basket and irritating them on his shots. Whether you question his health or not, it's KD. How many times have we seen KD blow open jumpers and open bunnies at the rack? Like, we don't see that often. Ime Udoka makes the proper adjustments every series. We've seen him grow as a coach along the season, and as the season's grown this year. Even in the conference finals, he made the proper adjustments. Though the turnovers are a thing, I agree, Avery, that they have to watch out for, and maybe he can clean that up within the next, within this week.
He ain't cleaning up for the first round. I don't see him.
But I'm just saying maybe he can.
I got you.
But you know what I'm saying. But his adjustments and his X's and O's, I think, have shined throughout this playoffs, regardless of what the talent you think they have or don't have. His X's and O's, I think Ime Udoka is a guy that you have to herald. And maybe because
another thing
I agree, except for the Miami series. I don't agree in the Miami series. I agree with the rest of it. I don't agree with that.
Another thing, real quick, Avery, you go. One thing that does concern me is Marcus Smart's health. Now you didn't really,
that ankle gonna be serious.
You didn't really have nobody you had to guard in that in that Heat series. Like you didn't really have nobody that you had to. Steph Curry Steph Curry.
Somebody had to guard. Jimmy cooked them every game. What you mean?
He wasn't the only person guard.
I'm about to bring this up right now.
He was the one guarding him the most.
He wasn't the only person guarding him.
He was the guard.
I've seen him giving it to everybody.
They were picking him off to go get Matt Strus a lot. So
bro, he was cooking smart out, bro. Y'all can tell me. Y'all can say what you want to say. He was cooking.
Marcus Smart wasn't the only one he was cooking.
Here the kicker though. They let one dude cook him, and that was Jimmy Butler to get him out of the game 7. So everybody's saying this Boston defense. Butler's out there giving you.
That's why I said I don't agree.
45.
Yeah,
but you got. Hold on.
That's why I don't agree with in that series.
Right, you got now. You can't say okay if Steph give you 25, you're scared that Clay go off of 20, then you're scared that Jordan Poole go off of 27. Like they got too many weapons. So like to say their defense is this stout, and I know they got the #1 rated defense. They let one dude go cook them about 4 of the game.
Yeah, but I can't beat them.
They almost beat them.
But I can't say he cooked them and did all that when he had 8, 6, and 13.
He did. Okay, so if he had 8, 6 in that, right?
I can't say he cooked them the whole series.
That's fine.
I can't say that.
And I'm a Jimmy fan. Marcus Smart did not play the game. Marcus Smart didn't play every game.
He didn't play. No, Marcus Smart didn't play the first game.
But a couple of those games he was hurt. He didn't play.
Listen, he didn't play the first game when Jimmy had 41.
He didn't play game 3.
And he might not have played game 3. That's when Jimmy had.
The other game
Jimmy was hurt.
Those bad games he didn't play either.
So what I'm saying is everybody's saying this Boston defense, and I love Boston, but they let one dude about single-handedly get him to the finals. Jimmy Butler played 48 minutes. The only reason he took that shot, he said, man, I got to get up out of here. That's what he said. I got to get up out of here.
Nah, man. We can get on that shot all day long. I got some stuff to say about that shot.
We'll be on here at 11 o'clock, Brian.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not. I mean, hey, I'm good. I don't need that. It's not deep. I mean, everybody want to go to the rack. He was wide open. I mean, come on,
man.
Somebody made a good point.
What?
No, I was just saying somebody made a good point. You got to look at the pieces that Golden State is about to get back as well.
Are we really talking about Iggy?
I know Peyton might miss the game or two.
Man, Iggy ain't playing, man.
Iggy?
That's another quality still minutes. See, you just said something about disrespecting Boston because they did this, and now you're gonna disrespect somebody who's constantly been on this.
I said I have doubt in one man. I didn't say the team. I said one man, Iguodala.
How you gonna say? Are we gonna say Iggy? Has you not seen what he's done when he plays?
Iggy,
because he don't score, so he don't do nothing. He's very effective when he plays. So how you gonna say Iggy? He's another body to throw.
I mean, hey, I'm not here to.
You said it. You said it. Don't talk about Iggy. Why not?
Our opinions.
What's the issue?
Man, Hero better sit down somewhere, man. You were hurt.
What's the issue?
Yeah, I guess y'all was sipping that Max Kellerman juice or something, man. Y'all talking about Iggy? Iggy,
you got three people,
man.
Listen, Charles not saying like we're just talking about bodies, man. You got to throw a lot of bodies. They have a lot.
I agree with the other three that he named.
Right, but Iggy's a body. Like, come on.
You stop.
I'm not. Nobody's saying like
you stop the list before.
Yeah, but Iggy plays tough enough defense. Come on now.
I said, all right. Like you saying when he plays, saying he don't do that. Is that what you're saying?
Who is Iggy?
That's the only reason I say he coming back.
Who is Iggy guarding?
Wherever you want to put him.
Effectively.
Whoever you
want
to
put him. At this point in his career.
At this point in his career.
He was fine before he got injured. Like you made like Iggy got cooked off or something.
Like, bro, y'all like somebody don't.
Man, I ain't seen Iggy play a game this playoffs, bro. I seen him in the studio.
Because he's injured. I get that, but like we seen him in the game. Like you're making like Iggy was a liability or something. I'm sorry.
He's not.
Like
so, let's move on. That's ridiculous.
I mean, hey, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
That's ridiculous.
I feel the way I feel though.
It's ridiculous because you don't agree with it.
You're not giving me a reason for saying it. He's every time he's played, he's done the same thing and done it well. So what's the issue now?
When's the last time he played, Chuck?
No, nobody disagreeing with that.
When's the last time he played, though? You say every time he played. When's the last time he's played?
The best ability is availability. Y'all haven't given me a reason to trust.
And if he's available, if he's playing in the finals, he's not available.
And now, but when is the last? I'm asking you, when's the last time he played?
What does that have to do with anything?
When's the last time he played?
Andre Iguodala at what? 36, 37 years old is going to guard who?
What does that have to?
Who?
Y'all act like I'm saying he's going to shut Tatum down to 2 points. We know nobody's doing that.
Who?
Nobody's shutting Jaylen Brown down to 2 points. What is y'all point? He's
you
another
he's
body.
A body but what is his effect? What is his effect on the game?
You just talked about Jimmy was cooking Marcus Smart.
He was.
What is his effect on the game? What is Iggy's effect on
but
the
I'm not
game?
dumb enough to say Marcus Smart don't need to be on the court.
I heard you say it at times.
That he don't need to be on
I'm
the
also
court.
not dumb enough to say that Andre Iguodala is going to change the finals.
Like I don't think he need to shoot that much as he does. That's what I said. I'm sorry, Courtland. Tyrus, what'd you say?
I just say I'm not. I mean, we're not saying that. Are we saying Andre Iguodala is going to change the course of the finals?
Who said that?
Is that what we're saying?
Who said that? Who said that? You keep taking stuff and putting your own narrative on it and running.
I'm just asking. Like me, I said, really? Are we talking about Iggy? And y'all just tell me. Well, why?
As soon as I say his name, his name before I can say anybody else, you automatically went Iggy.
No, I read this man's comment. The man put a comment up there. I said Iggy, really?
No, you said that when I started my list before that comment was in there. You was like,
no, I was looking at his comment. I was just looking at his comment. I said, really, Iggy?
Now that's somebody that played good before they got hurt. Otto Porter.
Otto Porter, I agree. I like Otto Porter.
My point is him, Peyton, and Iggy coming back. That's more bodies that makes Golden State deeper and makes them more effective because they can go deeper. That's my whole point that I was getting to. That's the whole point.
But I'm saying I can agree with Gary Payton, right? Because Gary Payton did before the injury in the Memphis series. Porter, we know what Porter can do. His length, his ability to score, play versatility, his versatility. Iggy, though, I just can't agree with Iggy. That's my only gripe is Iggy.
Why?
Because Iggy is not the dude that he was when his first stint in Golden State. He's not that guy.
So before injury, hold on, Avery. Before injury this year, did you watch him play before he got hurt?
Yes, but he's still not that guy. He's not going to make it. The man's been rocking street clothes. The man is more of a clothes model than he's been. Come on now. The man is more of a clothes model.
Courtland. He's on the court. Even this year before he got hurt, he's on the court. Do you see how many balls he deflects? How many balls he strips? How he's in the right place at the right time on defense? How he gets a block here and there? How he just moves without the ball and they pick him? What do you mean? Y'all not making no sense. He absolutely.
It's weird to me that you. It's weird to me that you like Iggy, but always talking junk about Jimmy Butler. Go ahead, man.
I just don't like Jimmy Butler. I done told you that. I don't like
but yeah, you like guys that you
that's like personal. They ain't got nothing to do with it on the court. I just don't like them. They got nothing to do with them on the court.
That's right, Chuck. You are a Miami Heat fan.
No,
Miami Heat fan. He's a Golden State Warriors fan. Laker. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Here you go.
He's not a Laker fan.
Here you go.
You're not a Laker fan. He been going for Boston all playoffs. How the hell you a Lakers fan?
Who been going for Boston?
Dude been talking about Boston wearing clover leaves and everything.
Are you really trying to lie to company on the show, like while we live, bro?
Bro, you been talking about Boston, Tatum, and Brown all day season.
No, you're telling the absolute story. I've picked Boston to lose except for the Miami series. So what are you talking about? To Courtland's point, I was one of them people. I picked them to lose against the Nets. I picked them to lose against the Bucks. And then when they had to play Miami, I said it's over for Miami. I didn't feel like Miami was gonna beat them. But that's just
why is Chuck talking about?
So what are you talking about? Y'all jokers, boy.
Hey man.
Y'all. I ain't gonna say Courtland because Courtland makes good points. Herbie, I don't think we ever had a conversation, but some people just don't pay attention to basketball, bro.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying in the sense of he's an extra body.
Everybody keeps saying I'm saying he's gonna impact the series, make a difference. That's not what
I said. I get what you're saying.
That's not what
I said. I get what you're saying in the sense of it's the same thing when Golden State played LeBron. A lot of people like that team because you had different guys, you had different bodies that could guard LeBron.
Yeah, 4 or 5 guys that can guard him.
But you got different people you can switch on him. You can put Iggy, you can put Draymond, Clay could get him for a little bit, and what was it? At the time it was Harrison Barnes. And then
fresh legs that you can throw out there.
You got different people.
They even put Kayvon Looney out there for 2 or 3 minutes.
You got different people that you could put on him. So I get what you're saying. It's always good to have multiple bodies.
That's all.
You can put on someone, and then so.
I'm not arguing the depth. I'm like Chuck. Don't get it twisted. I'm not arguing against your depth argument, right? I'm always for a guy. I'm always for team because that's the reason why I had Miami in 6 against Boston was because of the depth of that team. I was like, you got guys they can go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 deep on Miami's team,
right?
On that, to guard these 2 guys and the rest of the crew. Because I didn't think Marcus Smart was really going to. I didn't think he was going to play if he didn't play game 1. So once he didn't play game 1, I was like, okay, for sure, Boston is out of there, probably in 6. But with Golden State, one thing is with them is Otto Porter gives you offense and defense and versatility. Gary Payton gives you some offense, more defense than offense, but some offense, and he can attack the rack. You know what I'm saying? He gives you a cutter on, off of ball screens and things like that.
Lob up to him.
Right, they can throw the lob up too, and he plays excellent defense. With Iggy though, I'm just saying his intelligence and IQ is unheralded. You can't really talk X's and O's without talking that man's X's and O's. His mind is there. He can do that. It's like with LeBron. LeBron's not the defender he used to be, but his IQ is going to allow him to be in places that you don't think he can get to. Same way with Kobe and later on in his career. Their IQs are crazy. But what I'm talking about is like physically, right? This is a young team he's running up against. If let's say because Boston is really good with running jet actions, they're really good at running that top of the screen, double screen at the top of the key and rolling guys to the basket and getting a guy open. Now, if Iggy gets trapped in that, let's just say Iggy gets trapped in that against a Grant Williams or a Robert Williams, then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's he guarding on those? Who's he guarding? You easily can wear his legs down in the second, third quarter, and then you gotta take him on.
But I think the thing he's saying is, if he does wear down and can't play no more, that's fine.
Well, I mean, I get that's why I say I'm not arguing his depth argument. I'm not arguing the depth argument. My argument is strictly on.
Well, you know why you're not gonna do that? Because I ain't saying he's gonna play a lot. Right? He ain't gotta play. If he don't play but 8 minutes, if he don't play but 8 minutes, they're not right. But I don't feel like he should or would play enough for them to have that issue. I'm just saying, if you don't put him in the game but 8 minutes the whole game, that's all I'm saying. He ain't got to play in the game. He got to play long. So I don't think, in my opinion, he won't have a chance to even get burnt out.
Gabe, all I know is you can't even guard Avery right now. You don't know about no
so that's all I'm saying. Like, if he don't play but 8 minutes, just to give whoever a break on rough. Yeah, sheesh. See
how complimented
you You didn't compliment me.
No, I'm about to say, Avery, I got you.
He ain't never been able to guard you, Avery.
Avery, that was a shot though, right there. I'll take
it. Yeah, I know what he meant. He said
Avery, he ain't never been up.
No. We know you. See,
you said Avery Carell. You said Avery Carell over, and Gabe can't guard him in his career over. That's what you're saying.
No, Gabe, right? Gabe, crazy, bro. Hold on, Gabe. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Now, Chuck, you can vouch for me on this. When we ran the Fitness Connection all summer long, wasn't Gabe on some of them teams?
Well, plenty of them.
Was he scoring?
Not much.
And who was guarding?
If at all.
Who was guarding?
You was guarding him a lot.
Defense rests his case. All right, so we gonna move this right along, Gabe. We don't give you too much airtime because I don't know what you're talking about, Gabe. Avery, what you got career over, man?
I'm gonna make it simple, man. Thank God Miami is gone. Because I wouldn't have heard it. I would have heard his mouth all daggone summer. Thank God. Career over Miami. Thank you. He always talking about dollar. Jimmy Bucket. He's at the house. He's gone. I don't have to hear him no more. I don't have to hear anything about Miami. They're out of here. Okay? I'm saying, listen, man. This dude runs his lips about Jimmy this, Miami this, that, and third. Oh, I'm so glad they won that game 7. Get him out of here. Okay? Take a boat to the Bahamas. You ain't that far from the Bahamas. Take a boat there. Okay? Enjoy your vacation. All right?
So now I know why I ain't heard from you. You must have went to church Sunday to pray.
Of the Miami Heat. Bye-bye. I don't got to hear, you talking about Dollar, Tatum, and Brown and all that. No. We talking about Jimmy. He's at the house. Okay?
So this is my thing,
right?
Ain't
no thing.
No, this is my thing. This is my thing. The last 2 years, the last 2 years, all your guys been sitting at home.
That's fine. However you want to flip
by the conference finals.
You don't like this.
All your guys, Kawhi.
This is what he do. Kawhi. This is what he do. He don't like when the rabbit got the gun, bro. He don't like it. He can't stand it. Now Miami going to Miami, and they literally in Miami. They're gonna be partying in South Beach, okay? I'm so glad, Chuck. I've been waiting for this all day. Okay? He runs his lips so bad about Miami, and they out the house. You ain't having a good season, buddy, are you? 49ers career over, Lakers career over, Miami career.
Dang,
I'm done with this.
I threw times about it. I knew it was coming.
I'm done with this dude. He talking about my Niners. My Niners made it
Courtland,
further than his squad.
I heard. I think all of us said Golden State in 6. Who you got? I don't know if I heard who you got.
I don't
think you got the answer. That's why I'm about that.
I don't know. it's a rough one for me because like I'm a person. Yeah, I'm a person who, you know, I don't want to see Boston win for personal reasons. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see them pass LA in championships won. So I'm just fatigued with Golden State winning. But if I had to say, I think the series, unpopular opinion, I think the series goes 7. I think Golden State edges it out in 7. But don't get it twisted. I'm an analyst first. I'm a fan second. You know what I'm saying? I always take my fan hat off. And when it comes to the X's and O's, I like to see how the series unfolds despite, you know what I'm saying, my predictions. Right. So don't hold it against me if this series is 3-2 Boston up and you see me say Boston could close it out. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how the Perkins. I'm just saying, I'm not Kendrick. I'm not Kendrick Perkins. I never pick a team at the beginning of the playoffs. And
you just said, so you picking Boston? You picking Boston?
No, I said Golden State. I said
Golden State. Don't you switch that? Because Kendrick Perkins good. It's up 2-1. Oh, I'm going for Golden State. I don't want to hear that.
But I'm a person. But here's the thing. Understand, I'm an ebbs and flow. I'm an ebbs and flow person when it comes to basketball. No.
So you're fluid. Yeah,
no.
That's what they do.
Oh, pause. But no. But I'm saying like I said, if Boston, let's say Boston is playing really, really well, they're playing at a really high level and it's 3-2 Boston up. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it. Don't crucify me and hang me at the tree.
I am gonna crucify you because you big Golden State. You stick with it. You're not gonna switch this up. No sir.
Hey, Avery. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know something. That y'all that's watching, all the viewers. Hey, Avery been waiting to probably get me on here so he could do this. Cause I be on Avery in the comment section. So Avery, Ty, you set me up tonight, boy. I see you.
Hey, you real quiet. The Faison Love just called somebody Kendrick Perkins. Wow.
Boy, y'all boy rough. God,
Mike P, the general down there.
Everybody,
they ain't gonna let you go in that 3-point conversion, folks.
Hey, Ty, when the fire hot, don't try to exit me off of my career over because it's about you, big boy. Okay? You can end the show on that, all right? Since you want to control the show, end it on that.
Hey, what's your shirt say? Gravy bowl on that mug?
Nah, don't worry about it. Just pull it up. It's just chin check.
You ain't tell me how much catfish and shrimp you had.
No, don't worry about that. Just come on, get some catfish and shrimp and pull up. All right, how about that?
This dude right
it's live, so when they got the police report, they know who did it. All right, they know who did it.
I hear you. All right, man. Like I said, we like to thank Cortland Griffin for the 3-point conversion for stopping through, man. It's always you're always welcome here, man, to come through and talk a little bit.
I just love being on the show, man. It's
hold on before we go. Tell Mike Patton pull up since he's running his daggone lip. Okay, you make sure since he like to be in the comments, pull up. All right.
I can't let you go after our superstars, man.
I'm going after everybody. I'm going for heads now.
Y'all done had Danny on here. I can't let you. Hey,
y'all done had the whole squad on here. Danny had Ralph a couple weeks ago.
Man,
we had Mike P at one point.
Yep.
So pull up. Since he running his lips.
Shit,
well, that's Ty. Hey, that's Ty talking about that. Ty always talking about food every second.
Mike going in.
Hey, Mike, don't worry. I got something for you. Don't worry.
Nah, you talking about you got something for you. Better get him right now, then.
I need to get him. I like holding mine. Don't worry about it.
Hey, hold on, Mike. Don't bring me into this. Talking about I know where to find you. I know where to find Avery
so
too.
You scared of him now?
No, I know where to find you too in the line at cookout.
Man.
I know where to find you at. All right, but like I said, we'd like to thank Courtland for coming on. Let the people know where they can find you at, man.
Of course, as y'all can see, man, y'all can find me on 3-point conversion. Y'all can see my articles on NFL, WNBA, NBA, NFL, or MLB. I write pretty much on everything, so y'all can catch me over there. Of course, you can catch me on Twitter in most of the spaces, but also on my Twitter page, DC Griffey, spelled how it sounds. And y'all can catch me on there. I'm live tweeting, making hot takes. Pissing a couple of people off. I go with KD a lot. I think I've been blocked by a couple of his burner accounts. But y'all can always catch me here on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the comment sections. I'm in, I probably try to support all the brothers on here that's doing the sports thing. So it's much love, man, coming from y'all. I appreciate y'all for having me on the show too.
Appreciate you,
gotcha, man. Like I said, I think we got 2 more shows left until next season, man. So we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tap in with us. All right, and we're going to holler at y'all next week. Peace.